All right. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 2 of Huddle Up. We are pretty much. Jake, you text me to call again? Are you
Yeah, that
there?
was earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
earlier.
Too easy. No, yeah, we are going over episode 2. We got some key inactives, key IR kind of people that are going to be out. And then we got some Jets cornerbacks getting shot from what we can only presumably think um, is because they're not doing good this year. It's the curse, dude.
All right.
Alrighty. Well, let's get into it, my guy. First off, the Lions, dude. Looking like pure dog water. Dan Campbell, usually the man on the fourth down calls, but holy schmoly, did he not?
Four for
It looked like a
five.
Madden game out there. It looked like a Madden game out there with a dude who had no answers. That's honestly what it looked like. As them being a divisional rival, how does that excite you being a Packers fan? How does that, what does that do for you, Jake? What does that do for you? Does it pump you up seeing that?
It does. It does due to the fact that it keeps us in the hunt for the North.
Absolutely.
Um, the biggest surprise, obviously, and I think it's a big surprise to everybody, is the Bears. The
100%.
Bears being as well as playing as well as they're playing and making comebacks and winning with like no time left. Like I think damn near half of their games are won on like a last second field goal
Yep.
just to go up. So yeah, it's good because now with that loss it jumps the Packers into second place behind the Bears. Um, and pushing to to the tail end of the season is going to be where the North is going to be won because Packers still have to play the Lions one more time, the
Yep.
Vikings twice, and the Bears twice. So it's all going to come down to the wire right now, which is nice. It's good. It's going to be a fun end of the season for football, but also for the NFC North itself.
100%. And that's another thing too, man, is I was more worried about the Giants game yesterday. Holy crap, I did not want to be right, Jacob. I did not want to be right at all. Um
Bro, nothing
the
surprises me really
it
anymore.
came I will say I was way more surprised how little they're really using Romeo Dobbs. They're not really they're not really finding him too much, but at the same time Christian Watson was popping off yesterday.
Well, Romeo also dropped a lot of passes yesterday.
Did he really?
He dropped a lot yesterday. Yeah,
Okay.
it was not his day.
I only
Yeah,
saw the
he was
highlights.
having a hard time catching the ball yesterday. I don't
Okay.
know what was up with his hands, but yeah, he was having a rough go about it.
You don't eat Butterfingers before the game, man. They preach that all the way through Pee Wee.
But Christian Watson is a dog.
He is absolutely a dog, and we have his points right here, actually. People on the stream will be able to see it. Where the hell is it? 20.6 points. 4 out of 5 reception, 46 yards, 2 tutties, and I believe it was the second tutty was that was the phenomenal one, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Another well, here we'll stay on that topic then with the NFC North. I'm not gonna lie. As far as the Packers though, I think you guys are doing good. In regards to you beat the Giants, another game that you have to win. It's
Yep,
it's the same thing that the Patriots keep. Everybody keeps talking about the Patriots. It's always, oh hey, you guys got an easy schedule. Blah 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 blah.
yep,
Okay, that's cool and all, but at the end of the day, you have to win those games. Those games means absolutely nothing, no matter how
yes.
easy your schedule is, if you don't win that game. So the Packers winning that game, I'm gonna be honest, dude, and I'm ride or dying. Jordan Love is 27 years old. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, they were 27 when we all know what happened.
I think Bart Starr was too.
Was he really? Oh my.
I
Oh,
think I think he was back when I
follow
think it was
suit, baby.
before the Super Bowl era. It was I think
Okay,
it was one of the championship games he won it. I believe he won when he was 27.
got you. Okay. No, yeah. So that's just even that. That's just more fuel to my fire. I don't see Jordan Love, and there's one thing Jordan Love is good at. It is divisional games. He is not phenomenal, but he gets the job done. He is not. He's not as I'm sorry, but he's not as useless as Jalen Hurts. Like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, he's got a little bit
He,
more to his. He's got more to his game. If there's
a
more in the
hundred
bag,
percent, a
there's
hundred
more.
percent.
There's more in the bag.
Because he's not focused on running. They don't, with Josh Jacobs going down. And by the way, do you know how long he's going to be out? Is it season ending?
It's so from what they said, there was no structural damage.
Okay. And
So
that was a knee,
nothing.
correct? Knee?
It was his knee. Yes, I think it was one of the runs where I think early third quarter, late second quarter, somewhere around there, late third quarter.
Yeah.
Um, he broke off a big run and then he got pushed out of bounds. And I think he just, stepped wrong. But
Mm.
there's no timetable as of right now. But from what I've seen, there is. What's up, dude? No, no pressing that. Thank you. There's no structural damage, no ligament damage. Good job. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, go get mama. Um, so yeah, so it shouldn't be that long. Maybe a week or two. But our backups looked really good yesterday. Emmanuel Wilson ran really tough. So
Yeah, he
yeah,
did.
I think it'll be good. Um,
I know he was looking better or he was looking pretty decent because somebody put him on the trade block here, and I'll go to it. Yeah, we got our John AK. Yeah, he put uh he put Emmanuel Wilson on the trade block, and normally that doesn't happen. He's one of those rebuilder guys. So whenever somebody
yeah,
starts doing good, when you see him on the trade block, it's fair game. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah. Because more than likely he'll be the showman for probably I would probably say 2 weeks.
100%. Now we're gonna relate that sort of to fantasy. So if you have Josh Jacobs in your fantasy, I would not go all out on Emmanuel Wilson. Now this is for I'm mainly referencing this on Dynasty. If you're doing the 1 year
Yeah,
leagues, you should be able to pick somebody up off the draft wire, off the
yeah,
waiver wire. You should be able to have another decent guy. I mean, you got I can't remember his last name. The Tracy dude or Tyron Tracy, I think it is on the Giants. He is a starter and he is the most free agent guy in every league, right? For
yeah.
waivers, not
Well, and he
dynasty.
was and he was running really well yesterday against the
He had some
Packers.
points, my guy.
Yeah, he was running really well yesterday.
Let me try to find him real quick because he was popping off. Let's see. Uh-huh. Yes, he had 17. He had 17.9 points yesterday. He had it looks like 19 attempts, 88 yards, no tutties. Oh no, he didn't have touchdowns, but he did go 4 for 4 on receptions for 51 yards. That is
Yes.
where you make a break on the Giants running game and running back game. That's where Cam
Yeah, yeah, he was
Scatterboo
running
was
lots of
so good.
screens and
That's
stuff
where he
like
was so
that. Yeah.
dangerous, bro. When you get that guy the ball, he just makes it happen. But no, I wouldn't. In regards to 1 year people, you should be able to have somebody else there.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be
he'll
an
be fine.
issue. You should be good to go. At least finding a backup for that time being, and also too, I didn't even look at that up, but Emmanuel Wilson has to be. He's probably not on anybody's 1 year
Not at all.
backups. I guarantee he's not.
Nope.
So hopefully you guys got enough fab. Throw in the money, get him on your team. It wouldn't hurt.
Yep.
But at the same time, for Dynasty, I wouldn't freak out too much. For Dynasty people, I am, as you can see on my Sleeper app, I am in a Dynasty. One thing I would say for the person who is, so it goes two routes here. If you have Josh Jacobs and you're in a rebuild year, right? He goes down. You probably have a good chance to swindle somebody for a draft pick and a potential starter, depending on who your backups are. Or if you are a contender, it's going to be 2 weeks. The playoffs, at least my playoffs, are week 13. He should be back by then. Okay, cool. You
Yep.
missed the first round. You should have done better and got that first round bye. You know what I'm saying? Um, but at the end of the day, you should be able to squeeze somebody else in for the time being. Um, I will say this too: if you guys are in a dynasty league and you are pushing that paper, meaning you're Kansas City chiefing it right now, where you may or may not be in the playoffs, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna that one's gonna hurt. Josh Jacobs has been on average like what is it, 15 to 20 points on fantasy football this year. He is probably one of the biggest running back impacts because when he pops off, the man pops off.
Hmm.
Um, And when he gets rolling, dude, there's no stopping him. He always finds the end zone somehow every game. I think it's rare. It's more rare actually this year for Josh Jacobs not to score a rushing touchdown than it is for I forgot who it was to throw an interception. But it was a pretty crazy comparison. Um, but yeah, that's kind of my route as far as fantasy. We talked about the live ball. Couple weeks in real time, couple weeks, Green Bay Packers won't hurt. I think the Packers have a phenomenal backup offensively. Or I think they have the one of the best groups of backups for the offense. You know, Malik Willis went in for Jordan Love.
Yep.
What happened?
So it's
Touchdown.
right off the rip.
Um,
Yep.
Manuel Wilson, he is a third down back every down.
Hmm.
I've seen him. He lowers those shoulders and he gets going. Josh Jacobs does the same thing, but he's getting a little more dancy. He's getting a little bit more flashy, but it just helps the game. It helps the versatility of your guys' run game. I don't see it as an issue. It's just once when Jordan Love can't pass that ball, that's where it starts to mess you guys up, I feel like. So it's not so much a hit on the run game, but it's all about getting Jordan Love into rhythm, which that run
Well,
game
and
absolutely does.
not only with that is that you're going to have guys like well, you have your the third string running back is Brooks, and Brooks is not he's not terrible. He runs hard. He's another big back,
Yeah.
like Emmanuel Wilson. But you're going to see a lot more of rookie wide receivers, Savion Williams,
Yep.
coming out of the backfield because he runs a lot of the jet sweeps and stuff like that.
And you
They
said
they
who's that? Samion Williams?
Savion Williams, yes,
Savion? Okay.
Savion Williams, yeah, our rookie third round draft pick out of TCU. I think third or
He's
fourth
more of
round
the
last year.
receiving back.
Well, no, he's a wide receiver,
Oh, okay.
and but they Green Bay has had him come out of the backfield actually like legit run the ball as a running back a couple times, but he runs a lot of the jet sweeps. He runs a lot of like the he'll motion to the backfield and then take off to the sideline and they'll run like a little dump screen to him just to kind of
Gotcha.
get him his face because he's fast. He's big. He's like 6'3" and he's like a 4'4" guy, so he's
Holy
quick.
Nikes.
Uh
Okay. So he's like
so
a bigger version of Malik Washington for the offense. The way they kind of utilize him on
yes,
the. Okay.
yes,
That.
yes.
Good luck.
Um
Good luck getting that boy on the ground.
Yeah, so you'll see him. He'll be like a Cordell Patterson.
Okay. Yeah.
He's not a return
Best
guy,
example
but
right there.
he's super versatile on the offense.
For
I
sure.
think he's a better receiver than Cordell Patterson was,
Yeah.
but Cordell Patterson transferred to running
Well,
back and stuff like that in his
let's
later
be honest
years and stuff
too.
like that, and it worked.
To start out, Patterson had hands. About
Yeah,
midway through, he had no hands. Patriots
yeah,
ways, he was a good return guy. He was a good running back, like backup on jet sweeps and stuff. But he was not catching the ball. Was not. You had him on an under, or he had
yeah,
under 12 receiving yards every game for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah. No. So Josh Jacobs is definitely a big one. Aaron Rodgers, I didn't follow up too much on this one, but apparently he's out for his wrist. I don't know
Yes.
if that's.
So the possible fracture in his left
Ooh,
wrist. Um,
you said left?
I believe. Let me see. I have it pulled
Okay.
up right here. Da, 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 da. Left wrist, so non-throwing wrist, which is good.
Okay, yeah.
They're saying it's a possible fracture, possible slight fracture, uh, which shouldn't be too bad. Uh, it's really, I would assume it's probably going to be on what Rogers wants to do because it's
100%.
not. He's not 36. He's 41. More than likely it's going to be your last year. Maybe you get another year, but with what happened in New York, going down with the season-ending Achilles, coming back not. I mean, he didn't play bad with New York. New York just played bad in general. But
New
now you
York's a
have
more
another
immaculate
enter
team.
is, but to have another injury like this, um, you either have to retire or you have to just suck it up and play through it. Which Rodgers has played through injuries before. It's not his
100%.
first go. It's not his first go around. It's his non-throwing hand, which isn't going to really affect much unless he gets hit by some big boys. Then it's going to hurt.
Absolutely.
Um, but
And also,
it's
also too, somebody was talking about it, and it was a quick little segment. But somebody, one of the analyst people were talking about it, and they said, like, what could affect it too is how he falls. Like, if you're playing with
right.
a fractured wrist, and you can
Yeah,
tape it up and brace it up all you want, but
yeah,
the moment you fall weird or whatever, like when you
Yeah.
have to protect both your wrists at that point,
Yeah.
it really limits to, if it
Yeah.
comes down to reaching that ball out for that first down to
Yeah.
get that first down to end the game or
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
So that's going to be something to definitely look at.
I think
Um,
Rodgers will be fine. I think,
yeah,
if he does play, he does a good job. He'll get the ball out fast. He'll get the ball
exactly.
out a little bit quicker. He'll
Well,
start
you
dumping
got
the ball
DK
down a little bit
Metcalf, you
more.
got that
You'll be
Washington
fine.
dude. I think Darnell
Yeah.
Washington, he's
Yeah,
proven
big
to
tight
me that
end.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all saw the
He's
clip.
like
All right,
he's like 300 pounds
dude, he's
doing
six
what he's
seven,
doing.
300 pounds. Like, what the
Yeah,
hell are
it's
you?
crazy.
How are
Yeah.
you running?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know your knees are screaming. I know they're screaming every drive. But so yeah, Aaron Rodgers is definitely one to keep an eye out for, but we think he's going to be
Yeah.
fine. Just a quick touch up, nothing crazy or nothing like individual, but unit wise. Lane Johnson, Eagles, is apparently out.
Yep.
Um,
I did see it is not season ending though.
no, it's not. I believe it's going to be 2 to 3 weeks.
Yep.
Um, Lane Johnson is, he is the Eagles O line.
Yep.
Let's give him credit where credit's due. It's not a
Yep.
personal thing as far as fantasy, but when it comes into the playing of, I could see them 100% throwing screens a little bit more. I can see them not running, you
Well,
know,
it comes into play for fantasy when it comes to Jalen Hurts, the
yeah.
running game, the receivers, even though the
Well,
receivers haven't really done a whole lot this year anyways.
so
But
my thing with him, or my thing with Jalen Hurts is, I have him on my team, as we can sorely see right here. The man takes sacks.
yeah,
Yeah, last night he took 1 sack, but there was a game where he had 6 or 7 sacks. So I don't think that it could be either way. It depends on what O line you get for the Eagles that day. You know what I'm saying? It depends on kind of what
mhm,
defense they're playing. Um, like as soon as they blitz that extra dude, that fifth guy, it's game over. Like the Eagles shut down whatever runs happening. I have Saquon as well as a running back, so that's definitely going to affect them. I could see it being more of a quick game, depending on how the pressure is being dealt. But let's be honest, the Eagles haven't even fixed what they were
yep,
doing wrong before. I don't see them
right,
fixing whatever's going to go wrong now. So
right,
once again, that's up in the air. I don't see any major changes, but that's a definite. The worst guy you could have out is out. Um, or the best guy, you know what I meant.
yeah,
Um, Calvin Ridley, season-ending leg injury,
yeah,
got that one. Calvin Ridley, I also have him on my backups. He's been questionable for all these weeks now. He's been in, he's been out. He had one pop-off game. Other than that, that's kind of it. If you had Calvin Ridley in your starting lineup, stop being a Titans fan. Realize
yeah,
what the hell the NFL's about. You need to stop. You probably have Cam Ward as your quarterback. Cool. If
tough.
you don't want to win, that's awesome. Um, Now moving on to the bigger topic, the bigger IR, or possible season-ending injury that we were talking about earlier. I don't know if you can confirm. Is it season ending for Penix?
From what I saw, um, that's what they fear. I don't
Okay.
think anything has come out yet
Well, it's only one day
stating.
after. I don't think we're gonna hear anything until Tuesday or Wednesday about season ending. So,
Let's
um,
find out right now. Um, nope, it's still saying
just
may
fearful.
have suffered a season-ending knee injury,
Gotcha.
which if they say that, more than likely it's probably season-ending.
100%.
Um, so yeah, so he's out, which jumps Kirko Chains
Yes, sir.
up into the starting spot again.
Which that leads us
Um,
into our little fantasy point right here. Damn it, I dropped my marker. You slickety sloots. Oh, wait. But yeah, so that jumps us into our next kind of big topic for fantasy. Once again, if you're a yearly guy and you had Penix in there, I don't know what the hell you're trying to do in your league, but you're definitely not winning that sucker.
yep,
Um, you got plenty of other guys to choose from. Once again, stop being a Falcons fan. Stop. I love the Patriots, but I sure as hell didn't draft Drake May this year. You know what I'm saying? Um, which was a mistake. I'll call a mistake, but
yeah,
at the same time, you just don't know. If you have a chance to, everybody had a chance to snag somebody big, and if your biggest dude that you
yeah,
grabbed was Michael Penix, I'm sorry, This channel's for you. This is for you to learn. This is for you to overcome your mistakes and maybe talk to God. Um, but if you're in a dynasty league like the way we are, the way I am, who to grab? I looked up for dynasty. It's the most free agent filled, like who's still on the free agency, waiver wires, all that good stuff. You will need some fab though, so if you guys are paying attention to your fab, you're going to need it. We got Jacoby Brissett. He's the top. He's the most free agency guy. There's a reason for that, but once again, if you need a quarterback or want to have one just for safety reasons, there you go. We got Tyler Show, Justin Fields, Kirk Cousins, the backup for Penix. He's also a big free agent guy, and Jameis Winston. So there are five quarterbacks right there who you could possibly pick up just to have as backup because we're hitting the big season or the big timing of the bye weeks for fantasy
Yep.
people, especially in dynasty. If you're looking like for me being 7-3, I look at bye weeks before I even draft. I never have more than 3 or 4 people out, and then as the season goes, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I make do with what I got. Um, but with that being said, as far as him going down, I highlighted 3 people for to replace him. I left out Jameis Winston. You know, James did good. Nothing against them, but it's the Giants. They're running out of weapons. People are
Yep.
getting hurt. They're getting doubtful. You just had Humphrey. Humphrey is now not. He's questionable for next week, but someone who they were talking about being that number one guy after Scottaboo went down, Malik Neighbors was down. You know, Humphreys has stepped into that role. Now he's potentially not going to play. Who the hell are you going to have? You know, I
Right.
mean, they got Bellinger in there. He's been doing some work, but he's definitely not getting looked. Definitely not getting
Hmm.
looked at. You got Jacoby Brissett. I love Jacoby as a Pats fan. He's just not that guy in Arizona. He's popping off. I mean, he pops off every now and then, but it's always when it's already too late. Like last night,
Yep.
we all saw it. It just wasn't, or not last night, but you know, yesterday afternoon. Sorry, when they played the 49ers, it was I think 28-7, 35-7 or something like that before the Arizona Cardinals started getting back into the rhythm. 49ers had all their guys out. That was chump change. That wasn't anything
Yeah.
big. When it comes
Yep.
into playing the starting defenses, I'm not going to have them on there 100%. So I highlighted Tyler Show. Yes, he is the Saints quarterback. They still have weapons. They are really relevant weapons to me, and he has shown major improvement from his week 1 to week 2 starting. He went from 10 fantasy points, I think it was like under 100 yards, whatever. He had a touchdown, I think, and then his most recent one was 18 points. But that one he had double the
Yeah.
attempts on pass, and he also had 75% more completions. He's finding Chris Olave. He's finding Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara is finally becoming that screen back the way he needed to be with Derek Carr. Um, they're just kind of looking in rhythm, and they don't have a tough division in regards to a pass defense. Run defense, yeah, the Bucks. They, other than the game yesterday with the Bills, the Bucks are a pretty stout run defense kind of team. But with the pass, they do give up. I think they were like 22 for giving up the deep ball. So Tyler Show over 13% of his passes were deep balls. So
Yep.
one of them's going to hit and it's going to be yards. You know what I'm saying? The second one I picked was Justin Fields. Why not? Like if you need him, he's there. He's a good scrambler, obviously with the Jets, but we saw it with the Bengals. We're kind of seeing it lately. I obviously they lost to the Patriots, but the past two or previous 2 games before that, you know, he was looking decent, not too hateful. Um, and then finally the third one I highlighted was Kirk Cousins. He's the backup for Penix. Why not have him in there? Once again, the
Mhm.
Falcons still have all the weapons. They have Drake London. They got Bijan. They got.
Well, Drake London is out
Oh yeah. Oh, he's out.
with a PCL strain, so he is out.
Ooh.
They're saying week to week,
Okay.
so it's going to be multiple weeks.
Dang. Yeah.
But yeah, he is
Hey,
out with a PCL strain.
I'll say this though. That hurts them a shit ton. It hurts them a bunch. but I do have faith with Darnell Mooney. He didn't get
Darnell
many
Mooney is good.
looks. He
Yep.
didn't get many looks with Drake London and all those other guys in there.
Hmm.
I can see Darnell Mooney popping off, and that actually we'll go ahead and add Darnell Mooney to that list of get him on your waivers. If you're year to year, you shouldn't need to worry about Darnell Mooney. But if you're a
Yep.
dynasty kind of guy, get him in there, get him on your bench, and see what he can do. They've been popping off. They've been slinging it, and Kirk Cousins, I still think he's got that arm. It's just he secured the bag. You don't need to
Yep.
have the arm and the bag. You need to have one or the
Right.
other. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then this one's just kind of out related. Just we had like we said at the beginning, the Jets guy who got shot. I think they're still trying to look into that, find out what happened. You know, God knows what happened. I think it was. I think I did read something that said it was at a party at like 2 in the morning. No arrest, no nothing. So it
Yeah.
could have just been some dumb
Why?
stuff. But you know, it is what it is on that one. Other than that, I think that's
My.
kind of everything.
Yeah.
What you got?
No, I was just saying, why would you be out at 2 a.m. the night before a game
I mean, it's wild. I don't know.
in New York City? Yeah.
You're
I
gonna
mean
just
that
let's be honest though. New York's gonna need to
that's
stop having. They're gonna need to stop going out
yeah.
in general, just
Uh,
as people.
you talk about Jamar Chase spitting on
Oh
Jalen
yeah,
Ramsey,
yeah. Jamar Chase spitting, and then
and then double
confidently
down
denying it.
denying it.
Like,
Yeah,
bro, that
it's
spit was
crazy.
more thicker than
Yeah,
Jalen Carter's to Dak at the beginning of the year.
it sure was.
Dude,
It
oh
sure
my
was.
gosh. Like, and that was a dehydrated. That was one of those, oh god, like you got to get it out,
That was close to the end of the game. Yeah,
100%. And
yeah,
honestly, Jalen Ramsey's not that guy. We all know that. He's getting older. His irritability is growing every day
yeah.
because he's not what he used to be. Jamar Chase, it was just a dumb thing to do. I don't see why you got to spit on somebody. Like shove them, grab the
No.
face mask, do something. But
Yep.
then you throw a loogie. I mean, you could have a 15-yard you could have a 15-yard little penalty for
Yep.
unsportsmanlike, but instead you get ejected because you're swapping bodily fluids on a
Well,
PG rated.
He didn't. Jamar didn't get thrown out of the game
He didn't?
because no, because they didn't see the spit.
Oh, dude.
Jalen got thrown out for throwing a punch. But Jamar,
Oh, okay.
nobody found out about it until that field view, the camera
Mm.
view came out and showed, and that's why they're all showing. And then he doubled down because he didn't get caught doing it. He doubled down and said, I didn't open my mouth to nobody. I didn't spit on nobody."
Yeah, no,
So,
that's a spit.
yeah,
Jamar, come on, bro.
spit.
That's a spit, big boy. Other than that, I don't really know if we got anything else popping off. We do have our picks. Our picks are looking pretty crazy. You beat me on the Packers one. Giants lost. Chargers. Who would have thought the freaking Jags were gonna do that? Not me, ever, in my life. 35-6, dude. Jacksonville against the Chargers.
Yeah,
35-6,
that was a straight belt to ass. Um,
dude. That
but
it's just phenomenal.
it is a good thing for the AFC though, because
Hey, the Chiefs are
with
still
the
out.
yep, the Chiefs are the bottom of the barrel when it comes to being in the hunt.
They're actually one behind
Um,
now. There's somebody else
well,
above them.
they're second, yeah, so they're second. Which watch out too, because the team that's right behind them is on a 4 game winning streak, and that's the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep, yep.
So,
It's getting chippy in
um,
the AFC, but that's where I'm saying these games that you have to win come into play for the Patriots.
yep,
You won those games. Okay, cool. If you lose out, okay, let's say you go 2-5 for the next couple,
yep,
or I don't know how many games do they fucking have. 9-2. Well, they got 5 more games, 6 more,
yes, I believe
something like
so.
that. So even if you
Yeah,
go 2-4, you still have a chance to make some sort of spot in the playoffs. So, um, yeah, dude, the AFC is looking good, but I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's call it how it is. This is the Chiefs. This is the Chiefs and refs time of year. This is where the Chiefs squeak in. This is where the refs have that favor. I am so shocked that they let the Broncos play that last drive the way they did, because it was chippy on both sides, offense and defense. But every time, it's always some Patrick Mahomes. I don't care what anyone says. MVP. If you talk about him being in the MVP race, get the hell out. That dude looks like straight trash. He had two interceptions, two pick sixes, come back off of penalties from the Broncos apparently, and then he throws an interception at the end of the drive to finish off the one of the more crucial drives. It was when the Broncos took the lead. I think by the touchdown, it was 13-6 at the time. Um, yeah, dude, he looks average as heck. And that's what happens when you don't pay a good O line. That's what happens when you don't keep the receivers in and out. Cool, they're fast. That's awesome. But Rashee Rice, his route running is garbage. Xavier Worthy's built like a feather. Like, you press them at the line, they're done. And the Broncos defense is the number one team in the league at pressing at the line, and we saw how they were able to pretty much control that. You take away the penalties, you take away the penalties that took off the pick sixes, it is a smackdown by the Broncos. Also, a ton of offensive penalties on the Broncos. So you take those away, you kind of even out the playing field. Yeah, dude, it's a smackdown. It's not a close game. People just get lost in the sauce because it's Mahomes and the Chiefs. Oh, Tony Romo is always up there. You don't want them to be in the playoffs because Mahomes never not played in the championship. Yeah, well, he's also never not had help either. This is the first time we're seeing Mahomes not get a ton of help from the refs, and look what's happening. He's average. So it is what it is on that one. Um, but yeah, dude, it's spicing up in both AFC and NFC. It is spicing up, big spicy. Um, the Ravens, the Bears beat the Vikings. Lions beat the Eagles. Or I mean, Eagles beat the Lions. Once again, horrible outing for the Lions. I'm trying to think. I think that kind of covers everything I had to pretty much talk about. Throwing a little 30-minute session before the game tonight. Um, yeah, dude. I think that's all I had on it. Do you got anything?
No, I think I'm good, man. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's gonna be built to ass tonight. I think the Cowboys are gonna run away with that one. The Raiders are terrible. I mean, we'll see with interim head coach Chip Kelly coming in. Um,
My only thing is the saving grace tonight is going to be Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers, the Cowboys cannot hold tight ends. They cannot hold them the way Brock Bowers. That's why Tucker Kraft ran. He had a game on him.
yeah, yeah,
Brock Bowers and Tucker Kraft go hand in hand on
yeah,
their type of game. They're a vertical
yeah.
kind of person, but they're also possession. They can
Hmm.
find the holes in zone. They can run with a man. They can do all that good stuff. And I think as long as they keep finding Brock Bowers and spreading out that ball, Tyler Lockett, another one people keep forgetting about. He was kind of the savior. Well, not the savior last week, but he was definitely a big step up from what they have been doing. He proved to
Right.
be he's back into that slot role like he was with Seattle, and the dude's just smart. He's not taking stupid hits. He goes down the way he used to. That's what I love about Tyler Lockett. He will just go down. Hey, I'm not going to get anything. I'm not going to dance. Just go down. Geno
Yeah.
Smith, they got to find Trey Tucker tonight. They got to, not because he's only on my fantasy. How you doing? But they got to find Trey Tucker. He's a speedster. He's the outside guy that can absolutely destroy a too high zone as long as you don't have like some shit play call. A lot of these teams, I'm looking at the plays. Like instead of looking at what that quarterback was looking at, or instead of doing like looking at what he was mainly focused on, I've been doing sort of like a research into like what the routes were looking like
Hmm.
for the Raiders. They have too many. They I don't know what it takes to be an offensive coordinator for them, but it doesn't take much if that's the
Yeah.
kind of plays you're drawing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, it'll be a good one tonight. I hope it's going to be a blowout. I hope we can have one primetime game pop off and do all the good stuff. So,
Yeah.
but no, man, I think we're good. I think we covered all our boats. I think we're good till Saturday. And
All
yeah,
right.
dude. I think I think
Sounds
we're I
good.
think we're sitting pretty solid.
All right. Sounds good.
Everybody, if you popped into the stream, thank you. If you didn't, it's all good. You can catch it up on YouTube. But yeah, a ton of good fantasy advice, ton of good just real talk here. Um, leave a comment down below, subscribe, do all the cool stuff that you're supposed to do, and yeah, we will catch you guys next Saturday for episode 3. Jake, once again, thank you, Bubba.
All right, bro. Peace out.
Absolutely. Later, Bubba's.
Later, guys.